How you doing today? How you doing today? Welcome back to the Count It All Joy podcast with your boy Will. And I'm back with the episode today, but today is a very different episode. Um, it's more so like a Q and A. I've been telling y'all to comment. Most of y'all don't comment, but it's cool. It's more life for surely. Uh, but I had a few questions. I had a few comments that I read over the weekend and or over the course of this week. And there was some good questions asked, and I thought it would be a good idea to come on here and just have an episode dedicated to a few of those questions, giving my, uh, I guess, my take on them, and what do I think, and what do I think God wants us to do in these situations. So, again, if y'all have your own, if you guys have your own things you guys are dealing with, or you guys have something that you want to know about me personally or my take on something, or you have something that you feel strongly about, you want to let me know, like whatever that is, it could be anything from pop culture to anything. I'm just not, just let me know. I'm probably not going to talk about politics on here, but because I intentionally don't delve into that. But everything else is really open season for real. So, yeah, just comment, like, let me know, and reach out. I appreciate the love and the support. So, yeah, I think I just wanted to make this episode, turn this episode into that. I don't want to call it no Q&A, but, well, my mom told me stop doing double negatives. I don't want to call it a Q&A, but that's kind of what it is. Uh, so first, one of the first comments or things I wanted to get into, I was asked about materialistic possessions. And what do I think about that? And what do I think God is telling us with that? Um, First, I just wanted to say this verse. You have Matthew 19, 23 through 24. And Jesus is talking to his disciples, and he's saying, "Truly, I tell you, it's hard for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of heaven. Again, I tell you, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of heaven and kingdom of God." And this verse always sticks with me, and I've heard it in all these different songs I listen to and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm talking about Christian rap songs, but uh, it's hard for a rich man to make it to heaven. Now, it's more to that. You have to have some context towards it, but that's why I'm here to break it down for. And I remember when I first heard that, when I first heard the verse, my mom was telling me about it. I was like, man, so I gotta live broke. It's over with. But nah, that's not what God is saying. Uh, like how I interpret and perceive this verse, it's it's nothing wrong with having money. It's nothing wrong with having clothes, cars, if that's what if that's what you like having. It's nothing wrong with materialistic things. There's nothing wrong with material things. But when we idolize those things, that's when the bad thing gets into play. That's where we have to check ourselves. When we chase after them, that's when it becomes dangerous. And I think that's what God is saying. Like, look, you can have all the money, you can have all the cars, you can have all different types of clothing, whatever feels fit for you. And I purposely didn't say all the women because you just need one woman, but that's another top fun of the day. But like I said, I think it's fine with having money. If you're a billionaire, you're a billionaire. That's cool. If you have a lot of clothes, you don't wear the same clothes every day, good for you. If you have a plethora amount of cars, great. I love that for you. But a lot of times when you do have those things and God does bless you with those material things, we lose sight of what's most important. We lose sight of our purpose. We lose sight of how we got those things, why we have those things. And I'm not saying, hey, well, man, my net worth 500 million right now. I can't have that much money. I got to give it to the poor. I'm not saying that. Look, now you do what your money fit, but what I'm saying is that the things that we're blessed with, we have to make sure we're honoring God with it. So whatever that is, if we're making six figures, if we're making seven figures, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is, like we have to give glory to God and make sure that with our actions, we're honoring Him for what He's blessed us with. Also, with our obviously with our words, that would be actions. But not just what we're using the money with, but knowing and reminding ourselves and making sure we're talking to God and thanking Him for what He's given us. Because, this will go into my next verse. But wait, is that my next verse? No, it's not my next verse. That's later on. Sorry, but yeah, I think that it's nothing wrong with having a good. There's nothing wrong with being wealthy. And I think that's another topic that we can get into wealth. Wealth isn't all about your financial status, but it's nothing wrong with having money, clothes, cars. But like I said, when we idolize it, and this goes into the verse, Matthew 6:24. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Again, it just goes to what I was saying. Like, we can have these things. Sometimes God, he blesses us with a surplus amount of money, and we have to be able to manage that. I'm not just talking about I'm not even talking about financial literacy. I'm talking about being able to have that money and not become prideful, not have a big head, not, turn away from God, not use this money and use it for something other than what God's will is for you. So I think we just have to be careful when we have a lot of things, and it doesn't have to be money. Like, look, when we have, it could be just power. It could be power in a lower position, like just being a coach. You having power over people. Use that power correctly. God's blessed you to be able to delegate in the right way. And sometimes, and I've seen this, I'm not just talking about coaches, I could be talking about principals, people in places of position that they might not even be making a lot of money, but they have a certain type of power, and they flex that power. They go on power trips. That's where it's like, look, you worry about the wrong thing. And again, it's the same thing with money. When we're so focused on the looks of it, how we look, how much we can get out of this or get out of doing this and so forth and so on. And we're not focusing on, hey, God bless me with this. I want to make sure I'm doing right by this. I want to make sure that I'm honoring God with this, making sure that I'm taking care of other people. So that's what I would say. And with that verse, my mom always told me about that verse as well. Like, you can't serve God and money. You can't serve God and clothes. You can't serve God and the world. Like, we have to be in this world, but not of this world. My mom says that every time she prays. And, we can't live one type of way. We can't honor God and pray to God and do all this and then live a whole different type of way. Like, we can't, I forgot the exact verse. My mom always used to tell me this as well. Like, we can't be the man, living, talking to God, praying to God, asking God for things, and then living a whole different type of way. Not according to His will. Is like a man who looks in the mirror and then he forgets what he sees. Like, we have to be cognizant of that and making sure that we are, if God has blessed us with these material things, we're serving Him in the right way and honoring Him and thanking Him for these things and not losing sight of that. Because when you have all these things, you become, you get a big head. Like, you forget why God gave you these things. And you forget that He gave you these things. You think that you did this on your own when we don't really have any power. I know my mama hears this. She gonna be like, oh, you... Because I didn't tell her yet because I just started watching it last night. But I'm watching I waited for a little bit because it was kind of, everything going on. Anyway, I'm almost done with the Diddy documentary. And it's crazy. I didn't know bro was getting into all that. And I'm not going to get into any type of details on this podcast about that. But I brought that documentary up because it makes me think of when you get all of this money. I guess I'll get into a little bit of details. Like, the people that one of the people that were on there that they were interviewing all throughout the podcast, not podcast, that's money, all throughout the documentary, he was saying Diddy, Sean Combs, was a whole different person before he got bread. And when he got bread, it was a whole different person. Now, I don't believe that. I think, and I've heard this from so many different people say this, so many old heads say this over time. I think when you get money, you don't change. It just enhances who you are, right? If you were selfish, if you were now he was driven, but he was driven by the wrong things. So when he gets that money, he's like, oh, I can really do what I really want to do. I think that's with everything. If you're a selfless person and you care for others, when you get money, you're just going to be more selfless. It's going to be enhanced. It's going to be to a different level because you have more means to do it for more people. If you're selfish, the more money you get, the more selfish you're going to be. It's just going to be on a different platform. It's going to be in a different stratosphere, honestly. So I brought that up because he's a prime example of how when you get to a certain status and you get all these material things and you lose sight of what's important, bad things can happen to you. And he's not the only example, but that was just I was literally just watching it last night, and that was on my mind. So I brought that up. Another point with material things, I think we have to take care, and my mom used to tell me this all the time too. We have to take care of the little things first, so God can trust us with the bigger blessings. Take care of the little blessings so God can trust us with the big blessings. I think, and no blessing is small or little, so don't get me wrong, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, and I'm trying to make it more personable, but I remember I was little, I didn't ask my mom for stuff, like material things, because we just didn't have it like that. But I remember my mom was talking to me about like a PlayStation. And you know how I wanted a PlayStation, but God's just making sure I'm taking care of this little PlayStation, this PS2 that I had, or this PS3. I don't remember what time it was, but basically she was saying like, you need to be able to take care of this little thing, and then God will bless you with more. You know, uh, with abundance of other things. But my whole point is we have to take care of what we deem as the little things so God can give us more, so God can trust us and bless us with more. If we can't, like, think about it, if we're not taking care of, and sometimes you're going to get it anyway and you're going to mess up. But sometimes God, he waits to give us certain things because we're not ready. We're not doing our due diligence with what he has given us. So I think that's another part of it too. We have to take care of the little blessings, and I don't like saying little blessings because every blessing is the same. But you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the material things, the materialistic things that we deem as little or big, pause, and you know, making sure that we have to take care of the quote unquote little things so God can give us the bigger things. Again, like I said, sometimes God will purposely not give you more because you haven't done right by what he has already blessed you with. So that's another thing we need to be cognizant of, and something else that we need to be aware that we might be doing. That, maybe I'm not taking care of this. Maybe I'm not doing this right. Okay, let me make sure I'm dotting my I's and crossing my T's. I'm on my P's and Q's so God can give me more of this or give me this next. So transitioning into another topic that I was asked about. It's kind of a multi-layer thing, but talking about jinxing. Well, it was phrased in like the power of the tongue, but then it was segued into jinxing / making a wish. Excuse me. So I'm gonna first delve into the jinxing part of it. I do not believe in jinxing. Like when you hear like the commentators jinx, when they say, "Oh, this let's say name is John Smith, the most generic name. John Smith is shooting 100% from the free throw line this year. He has not missed a free throw all year." Then he goes up for first free throw and misses. They'll say that's jinx. I don't believe in that. Sometimes you just miss, brother, and that's just with basketball. That's the first thing I think of. But when people say, "Man, I've been doing well," or we could be, let's say we on the bus. "Oh, we be doing well all year, man." We could be on the bus and we're riding to the game, and somebody says, "Man, I'm glad we never had a flat tire. I would be crazy if we had a flat tire on the way to these games." Somebody be like, "No, don't say that. You're gonna jinx it." Like, I don't believe in that. Now, I do believe there is power in the tongue, 100%. And I had a whole I did a whole episode. I dedicated a whole episode just talking about the power of the tongue and what we say and how powerful it is. But as far as jinxing and stuff like that, like we can't just speak about things. Like it'll be we're thinking, we're appreciating. Hold on, what is this? It's like we're appreciating the blessings, or we could say, "Oh, I'm thankful this didn't happen." But in the same breath, saying, "Oh, don't talk about it," because like that don't make no sense to me. So or my mom gonna get on me again. That doesn't make any sense to me. But uh, yeah, to each his own. But I don't believe in that or luck. I don't even say this is something that my mom I adopted this from my mom, but we don't even say good luck because I don't believe in luck. And a lot of people that say good luck, they don't believe in luck either, or at least they don't think they do, but they still say it. But I'd rather just say good blessings because I don't believe in luck. I don't think that's a real thing. And as I was gonna say earlier, it was a verse that I was gonna delve into or talk about, and this is the verse I was talking about. But you know, when my mom always said all good and perfect things come from God. But the verse is James 1:17. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. But basically, all good and perfect things come from God. Like everything that you're blessed with, everything that is impacting your life positively, that comes from God. Now, there are certain things that, think about it like this, how some people might deem it as good, but it's not coming from God. Like, say you rob somebody, you just read up, oh, you robbed, bro, for 50 bands. Oh, my, let's go. Or, no, this really got it. Somebody drops their card, because I've seen this firsthand. Somebody drops their card on the ground. Someone's walking past, they see it, they pick it up. Oh, let's go. Thank God. Oh, yeah, I get a free shopping spree. Like, no, chill. That's not from God, bro. Like, God is not telling you to grab that person's card and go spend their bread. Like, that's nasty work. Like, don't do that. That's insane. So, there are certain things that aren't, you might look at and be like, oh, God's blessed me with this, but it's not from God. Sorry, I'm grabbing some water. So, we have to be able to decipher what's from God and what's not. But yes, all good and perfect things come from God, and God, He blesses us with abundance of things. We just have to be cognizant and aware of what that is. Uh, Another thing I was asked about was making wishes, but specifically on 11/11. I do a little bit of research because I've always heard throughout my life when people do stuff like that, but I never tapped in myself about it. I'm not even sure what the origin is. I know it's some type of numerology or whatever, but I'm cool on it. I don't. It's nothing biblical about that. I don't do it. Again, to each his own. But I don't buy into any numerology, astrology, mythology. Like I'm cool on all of that. So I don't want to hear about 11/11. I don't want to hear about your sign. But getting into the astrology, that's a whole different thing. I'm not even gonna delve into. I don't want to trigger anybody for real. Actually, I don't care. I don't. To each his own, though. You know, that's your prerogative. But going back to the making wishes on 11/11, I don't even know where that really comes from for real. Uh, like I have teammates who troll and be like, "Oh, it's 11/11." I don't know. I don't really know where it comes from, but I don't deem it as biblical. But I don't really know uh, what that's all about. But again, some type of numerology, I know that much, but I don't really believe in that stuff. Again, I don't really at this age I'm at now. I don't make wishes anymore. I just pray. Now I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with making wishes as long as you making them to God, but I don't categorize that as wishes. I just talking to God, praying to Him. Now, if you just say that, if that's your lingo when it comes to that, if that's how you describe it, wishes, go ahead. I just say I pray. So I'm not gonna say wishing is a bad or good thing. I'm just at this point in my life, I don't even use it. I just say I'm praying for this, I'm praying for that, blase blase. Um, the last type of topic I was gonna get into off of, what I was asked is, and I thought it was a really good one. So appreciate you for asking this. Love versus lust. I had a whole topic. That's money. I had a whole episode tailored to love and how we need to love and what love does to us and how it changes our mindset. But love versus lust. I think first we need to be identify what love is. And love, is a choice we make every day. Again, I went into this on my a past episode. I forgot what it was called. I think The Power of Love, I believe. This was a while ago, but go back and listen to that if you haven't. But yeah, love is a choice we make every day. It's not something that we can pick and choose. Like if you love somebody, if you love something, you're choosing to do that. Well, I just said pick and choose. But that's something that you're choosing to do every day. It's not something that you can wake up and be like, oh, I'm done. Like, it's whatever. Like, it's not something you could just say and then it's just there. Like it's an action that you have to constantly choose to do every single day. Another thing too that's important, and this is gonna make sense when I get into the lust part. Love it does not require anything in return. Like true love, and this could be with a person, this could be with a thing. It doesn't matter. True love, it doesn't require something in return. You're not doing when you're doing something in love. You're not thinking of, okay, how can I benefit from it? That's not love. Love is, oh, this person needs this. Oh, I feel like this will help them, so I'm gonna do this for them. As simple as that. You're not thinking about, oh, okay, if I do this, I might get something. Like, nah, that's not love. That's not true love. So, yeah, love is a choice you make every day. Love does not require anything in return. Also, love is selfless. Kind of just what I said. Love, you're not thinking about yourself. You're not in that equation. Love is just how I can serve this other person or, serve whatever I'm loving on, right? And love is all about the other person. Love it has nothing to do with the person at hand, the person that's trying to love. It doesn't have anything to do with you. When you're in the center of it, then it's not love at that point. So that's what I say about love, making sure we establish what love is and how to love someone and how to identify love. But when we get into lust, it's a totally different thing. Love is selfish. I mean, lust is selfish. Lust is when you're yearning to like gain something for yourself. It's a whole different type of dynamic. You have a whole different paradigm and outlook on life when you're lusting towards something. Unlike love, lust requires something in return. That could be physical, mental, emotionally, whatever. Lust does require something in return. You can't lust and not get anything back. Like you are receiving something when you're lusting over somebody or something. And another thing too, lust doesn't have to be sexual either. I know when we think of lust, the first thing is, lusting over women, pornography, things like that. It doesn't have to be just that. You can lust over material things as well, as we were talking earlier. You can lust over cars. You can lust is just like when you're just so dialed in and trying to chase after something, and it has no love in it. Like you're just trying to chase after it and do whatever you need to do to really, receive that. And you're getting something in return. It's just a selfish act. So love and lust are two entirely different things. And we've all been guilty of both, loving and lusting. I know I have, and lusting, it doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't provide what true love does, right? It's not. And again, lusting does not have to be sexual. You can lust with your eyes. You can lust, obviously, physically. You can lust mentally, thinking certain things. You can lust after material things. Like it's not. It doesn't just get put in one box. But we have to make sure we're being aware of when we're loving and lusting. So that's how I would describe the two. we don't want to fall under that lust box, under that lust category, because it's just not plentiful for us, and it doesn't. All of that stuff is fleeting and it's temporary, right? And love is eternal, something from God. God is love. God shows us agape love. The love that is never ending. It's never fleeting. It's it's forever. So just making sure that we're separating the two and not looping them into each other and thinking that we can love and lust over someone. Like, it don't work like that. It does not work like that. So I just want to make sure that's being said. But the verse that I also had the verse I want to talk about in correlation to this is 1 John 2:16. For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life comes not from the Father, but from the world. Again, we have to be in this world, but not of this world. So there are a lot of things that it will please us, but it won't please us the right way. And all of it's temporary. And to what extent, to what end, I guess? Like, will you continue to lust after these things of the world and feed your flesh? We're not trying to feed our flesh. We're trying to, feed our spirit. We're trying to strengthen our spirit. So when we're feeding the flesh, bad things happen. And lusting is a huge part of that. So I think just again, we need to make sure that we're being cognizant of when we're lusting and when we're loving, and making sure that we're loving in every single situation, every single circumstance. So even when we're mad, angry, ticked off, we can still lead with love. That doesn't mean you can't snap on somebody, but you can snap on somebody in love. For real. So that's what I would say with that, love versus lust. And yeah. But those are the questions I wanted to get into, topics, whatever. I wanted to get into today. Again, if you guys have anything you want to ask me yourselves, if it's something that you want me to talk about specifically, let me know. Comment under this video. And yeah, or you can DM me on my Instagram on either account. I'll look at it. But yeah, I'm thank you guys again for all the support, all the love. I want to make sure, I thought it was cool once I got these, questions and the feedback, because I'm like, this would be cool to just, have an episode dedicated, every now and then have episodes dedicated to just answering you guys' questions. And, everybody has a different walk, everybody has a different path, and we all are trying to navigate this thing called life. So, it's always helpful when you have someone else that is giving their point of view on it. And what do they think and how do they view it? Because it gives you, again, a different paradigm on life. And it makes you think about things in a different light. So, again, I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for all the love. Please like, share, subscribe. Follow the Spotify page, podcast page, follow the Apple Podcast page, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, follow my Kind of All Joy podcast page. Also, if you want to follow my regular Instagram page, those bios for all of those links, even the TikTok, which I don't like, that's under there as well. So I appreciate y'all, man, for all the love and support. Please continue to again, just let me know you guys' feedback. Let me know what you guys think. And, I'm in the library today. I'm in this little study room. I got in here. I'm pretty sure the quality of the video is going to be amazing because I'm on an Apple Mac computer. If y'all know anybody, if you guys have a spare Mac, hit your boy up, I'm in need of one. I appreciate the computer I have now, but it doesn't have the best camera quality. So I released a video, a little video yesterday on my Instagram, but the video was kind of like not choppy, but it wasn't the best quality because my camera was tripping for real. So I don't know. I'm just spitballing at this point. Again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for all the love and support, man. Stay blessed, stay prayed up, keep God first, love, attitude, gratitude. I'm out. Peace.